Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Go that first one, George. This is very you.
Thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment, but I'll take it. The first one we say is crypto is a terrible way to invest and spend your money.
We say it, and all the crypto, I'm going to say dudes. It's not a lot. I just don't feel like a lot of the women
I haven't ran into a lot of women.
A lot of women don't get
Well, I think it's because
the
women,
way the guys do. The guys are like nuts.
Women use something called logic a lot, whereas guys are like, it's like a flex.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Crypto.
Now, women have girl math, and so they're not innocent
That's true.
here.
That's true. We
But
can justify some spending.
Crypto, from the very beginning, I was just like scratching my head about crypto, and I thought, well, maybe I'm not dumb enough to understand. And the more I looked into it, the stupider it got. And now on the other side of it, we kind of all know it was a farce.
Just not good,
And the
y'all.
reason is, I'll give you a real reason. Crypto is not based in anything. It's just based on hype. When you even buy a single share of a company, you're hoping that the company produces more profit and revenue. Whereas crypto is just, I made a coin. This is the coolest, hottest coin. Come get my coin. And so it's very multi-level marketing vibes. And so I always joke that crypto is just Mary Kay for young men for that reason. Which, no offense to the Mary Kay ladies, okay?
There are some diehard Mary Kay
They're
ladies.
out there, so that's
Okay,
that.
The second thing people just, they don't care for us on. You shouldn't use credit cards.
Ooh.
We talk about this a lot.
That
and
one
a lot
increasingly is controversial.
Yeah, and people, it's because the points and the airline miles, what they get from it, they claim is worth it. But when you sit in our seat, we talk to so many people where credit cards are not a blessing. It's not a thing that has helped people. It's actually gotten people into a lot of trouble, and they end up being in a financial position where the credit card company is winning and they're not winning, and we want you to win. And then you can go through all the, the amount of stuff that doesn't work when it comes to the points and the airline miles, playing the game. You can go through the moral side door of you get these points and you get this cash back and you get the airline miles and everything because other people are not paying off their cards. Banks make their money off of interest. And so they're making all this money off of people that are struggling and then, reaping the benefits. So it's just a gross, it's a gross
icky
thing all the way around to me. And I'm like, if you have a debit card, just pay for everything in the present and then go pay for your Southwest flight. Just save up and pay for it.
Just budget and save up. It's so much more freeing.
And statistically, what you save by not paying on a credit card in turn could actually help you have hundreds of dollars throughout the year to spend on an airline ticket that you pay for.
And I'm going to call out all the Ramsey fans who, they're what we call ish, where they go, I did everything, but I still have my credit card. I pay it off every month, Rachel, so I'm fine. And I've convinced a whole bunch of people to try a 30-day credit card challenge where they
I saw this, George.
put it in a block of ice, and we're starting to get the results. And there was someone just said this. I thought it was interesting. They said, a few months ago, I decided to ditch the Apple Card and just use the money I have. I just wanted to try it out. They said, I've definitely seen a noticeable reduction in my spending, and I've created more margin in my budget for savings. And they said, it's just the little things. There's something about checking my balance, seeing it instantly go down after a purchase that really worked to optimize my spending. I go out to lunch less. I buy less extra stuff at the grocery store. You just make more intentional decisions. And
when it's your money and you
even
feel
if that's
it.
you're the perfect spender, as I call them.
Yep.
You're still spending more than you would have.
It's true.
All right, next.
Next, save $1,000 emergency funds. People are like, inflation, 2023. This is the same advice y'all gave in 1993. Shouldn't it change with expenses being higher and things being more expensive?
That's a big one. And funny enough, when Dave came up with this principle, baby step 1, 30 years ago, $1,000 wasn't enough back then to get the new HVAC system and cover the big life emergencies.
Yeah.
And so the principle of it is it's meant to be a starter emergency fund. Dave started this because people were trying to get out of debt, but they'd have these little ankle biters that would knock them back and knock them back. And so the goal is to cover the ankle biters. If you have a big emergency, number one, we want you to have good insurance in place to cover some of that, the health stuff.
Yeah.
And number two, you pause the baby steps, you save up fast, sell stuff, whatever you need to do to cover the expense. Most of these emergencies are not, the money's due today or else the house is getting foreclosed on.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
So
yeah, the $1,000, it's meant to be a quick step to 30 days or less because we want you to get traction. And so much of personal finance is behavior change. And for some people, they can't even cover a $400 emergency in cash.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 people have zero in savings.
That's right.
Is what we found.
So even $1,000 may feel like an uphill battle, but when you do it quickly and you have it and then you can move on to paying off debt, That's what it's there for. It's for the quick win. It's for the ankle biter stuff that comes up in order to pay off debt, which leads us to number 4, George. Pay off your debt, smallest amount to largest amount, regardless of interest rates.
This is where the math nerds show up.
All the math nerds are like, why in the heck would you not pay off the 25% credit card versus
They're like, well, you'll save $300 in interest, Rachel, if you pay off the highest interest first. That's so dumb. And I'm like, or you could have paid 0 in interest if you never went into debt. So why are we having this theoretical discussion?
Yeah.
It's so silly.
But the reason we do it, again, is what I was saying earlier, is these quick wins. And when you pay off that smallest debt, even if it's a $400 credit card bill that's been just like laying around, right? You pay it off, you start to actually win, and you start to feel like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And so it's a powerful motivator.
Yeah, getting out of debt is way more about hope and momentum and progress than it is about mathematical interest. And we've done the math. The amount is negligible about how much you're really going to save by doing the avalanche. And I just have not seen people come in droves saying, Rachel, I did the debt avalanche, and that's why we got out of debt. It's likely you'll stay in debt longer or give up or fall off the wagon if you don't see that progress fast.
All right, last but not least, if crypto was yours, George, I feel like this is mine. Married couples to combine accounts. You would think that I just told you.
You got 3 heads, Rachel, telling us to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, people get so mad. My last 2.
Where's the anger coming from?
On Instagram, George, the last 2 reels I've done about this, over like 3 million views each. And all in the comments, they're like, this woman says a woman.
Says a woman.
That's what a lot of them say. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Can I go out on a limb and say those guys are single?
And I'm like, yes.
Just going to say that out loud.
Oh, man, people get pissed about this.
Well, they see joint bank accounts as she's going to take you to the cleaners. That's the very toxic mentality that some guys out there have.
And I always have the asterisk, you guys. And on the show, we do this. And we've actually had callers that call in with situations, and we tell them the opposite of this advice. If there's an abuse situation, if there's an addiction that's not being addressed, like if there are things that you have to do to keep yourself safe, absolutely. Absolutely. I am not against that. But if you're just the married couple out there, both bringing in an income, but
my money and her money.
She pays these bills, I pay these. You go on vacation, they get the hotel, you get the food. I mean, you're roommates. You are acting like you're roommates. And it's never just about the money. It's never just about the account. It's the idea that you actually don't see yourself fully as a team and don't fully trust your spouse. And if that is you, then you need to ask, like, okay, why is that? Because there's probably going to be other issues going on that are going to come up in other parts of your marriage. So we can go on and on about this, y'all. But I'm telling you, people that win with money when you're married, you see yourself as a team. You win faster. And I think your marriage becomes better. So many people have stood on this stage, George, to scream they're debt free, and they talk about how unified they are.
Well, it's transparency, accountability, communication, all the hallmarks of a great marriage.
Be married, be a team. So anyways,
there you go. Yeah, that is our most hated financial advice, and
haters
we love
gonna
it.
hate.
You're only fueling us. This is The Ramsey Show.